Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Naropa University's Spring 2021 virtual commencement ceremony. I'm so honored to be this year's commencement host. My name is Christopher Rochelle. I'm a current staff member at Naropa University and recent alumnex. Today, we'll begin with a bow to honor the presence of this year's graduates, their family and friends, as well as current students, faculty, staff, and alumnex who are present today. Thank you again for joining us today in welcoming this year's graduates into Naropa's alumnex community, where we continue to carry the legacy of inner and outer transformation together. I'm so proud of each graduate and inspired to see the faces of many of you who I either saw in the hallway or had the honor of being in class with before my graduation last year. In the midst of historic uprising and movements and global transformation, each of you have welcomed stillness, uncertainty, and have undergone your own journey of transformation. I know the deep learning each of you committed to over the last few years, and as we sit together on screen, I can imagine the question, what's next, bubbling inside. Today, however, in true Naropa fashion, the question is, what now? In this present moment, what now? I think now is a good time for celebration, for gratitude, and of course, congratulations. So please congratulate yourself, and for those who are celebrating this year's graduates safe at home, please tell them in the chat or share a congratulatory message on social with hashtag NaropaGrads2021 to keep the celebration going. Send them a private message, whatever you can do to make this achievement special, please do. I'll start by saying congratulations, Naropa graduates. Each of you have most likely sat in more awkward silences than the average human being. You've worked on qualities of compassion for self and other, sat with uncertainty, fear, and doubt, and you've hopefully embraced the Keep Naropa Weird spirit. Most importantly, you've laughed, cried, and grown in some way along the way. As we each send in messages to our graduates, I want to mention that today's ceremony will include a few interwoven messages from our graduates, family and friends, students, alumnex, faculty, and staff. Today, we'll have several performances from our graduating students, as well as a few speeches with a special commencement address from guest speaker, Rhianna Costiloe. Following, we'll have our conferral of degrees. It is now my pleasure to introduce President Charles Leaf. Chuck was named the 7th president of Naropa University in 2012 and has a deep connection to Naropa that spans more than 40 years. Welcome, Chuck Leaf.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's my pleasure to have an opportunity to address the Naropa University 2021 graduates. And I'm especially delighted to join with my faculty, staff, and Board of Trustees colleagues as we celebrate your impressive achievements. Of course, we long to be together in person, but please know that our concern for each other's health and safety remains a priority for our community. I look forward to a time that we can welcome you all back to campus, but until then, we'll continue to use all the communication tools at our disposal to create connection. I also want to specifically thank the team of people led by Joy Valania, Rachel Solom, and Karina Scott for managing our COVID testing and our COVID vaccine clinics, something which was of great benefit to Naropa, which was a very complex project to undertake and for which we all owe a great debt of gratitude. So thanks for that work. I want to thank the staff and alumni who organized today's joyous occasion also. And thanks to the students and faculty who are sharing this virtual podium with me. I'm also very honored that the graduation address is about to be offered by our cherished former faculty member, Rhianna Costiloe. Rhianna is now living in the United Kingdom, teaching at the University of Cambridge. She recently won 2 prestigious awards, the T.S. Eliot Poetry Prize and the Wyndham Campbell Prize offered by Yale University. Rhianna's impact at Naropa over a 2-decade career reverberates around the world as her students carry the imprint of her brilliance, creative force, fierce sense of justice, refusal to embrace convention, and boundless humor. Last year, I resisted using the cliches that we're inundated with as a result of the pandemic. My reluctance is even more true today, a year later. I say this not because it's exhausting to keep hearing them, which it is, but because they place great emphasis on the unexpected and unpredictable impact of the virus and how that impact is something uncommon to our human experience. Now, to be sure, COVID is certainly an acute challenge to our fairly comfortable lives and to our social fabric. But my personal experience is that I have lived in uncertain times from the day I took my first breath. It's that very uncertainty that I believe makes contemplative practice so powerful when integrated with our academic work, professional activities, and social interactions. In Buddhism, perhaps the ultimate expression of uncertainty arises from the well-known teaching that death is real, comes without warning. It may not be self-evident, but that six-word teaching is a central reason for Naropa's founding 47 years ago. First, as all of us who have a contemplative practice are very aware, our current existence as sentient beings is defined as countless moments of movement, of birth and death, arising and cessation, inhaling and exhaling, and so on. The key teaching is one of impermanence. At the same time, our lives also contain countless opportunities for action or inaction, kindness or aggression, racism or radical inclusion, justice or bias, love or hate, skillful action or thoughtless behavior, and many other choices. As we know, the choices we make are as likely to arise in the moment as they are the result of careful deliberation. Our educational model offers tools and insights which embrace both spontaneous action and emerging wisdom. Spontaneity doesn't have to lack discipline, and also emergence doesn't mean predictability. I hope that these concepts resonate with each of you, especially those of you who have experienced the warrior exam and joined in that practice lineage. The diploma that you're going to receive soon is a representation of your hours of study and practice, of your time in the classroom, at internship sites, while engaging in co-curricular service, all in the name growing, both as individuals and as members of any number of communities. Whether your journey moves you to a life of service in the healing professions, as chaplains, teachers, activists, entrepreneurs, writers, and poets, or any of the vast array of opportunities before you, I trust that regardless of what calls you, you'll often experience a sudden flash of reconnection to the many meaningful moments of learning and realization at Naropa. Each graduate has a role to play as the world, which for many of us became a mostly two-dimensional one, comes out of our imposed hibernation and longs for renewed intimacy, seeking non-judgmental listening partners. The Naropa community is a special one, holding great joy and compassion. I hope that you'll welcome these invitations to connect and draw inspiration and joy from accepting them. I want to offer my congratulations again to all of you, our graduates. We hope that many of you can join us next May when we're determined to be together again in person, and we'd be delighted to welcome you back. In the Naropa tradition, I want to close with a few lines of a poem called Timely Rain, written by Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche in 1977. I took the liberty of translating a couple of Sanskrit words into English for these few lines. Trungpa Rinpoche said, "In the jungles of flaming ego, may there be cool iceberg of awakened heart. On the racetrack of bureaucracy, may there be the walk of the elephant. May the sumptuous castle of arrogance be destroyed by diamond-like confidence. In the garden of gentle sanity, may you be bombarded by coconuts of wakefulness." I wish you all the best of good health, good dreams, and a good life. It's been a joy to spend time with each of you, and congratulations again. Thank you.
It is now my pleasure to introduce our honored guest speaker, Banu Kapil. Banu is a beloved retired faculty member of Naropa, a poet and author of 6 books. She was awarded the Wyndham Campbell Literature Prize and the Chomley Award in 2020, and most recently won the T.S. Eliot Poetry Prize for her book, How to Wash a Heart, in January of 2021. Banu now lives in England, where she is an extraordinary fellow of Churchill College at Cambridge. We are delighted to have her back with us today. Welcome, Banu Kapil.
Hello, I'm Banu. It's wonderful to be here with you all today. I have been invited to give your commencement talk. It's right here in the form of a poem. It just burst out of me when Chuck invited me to do this. And of course, the reason I said yes is you. And by you, I mean the students who are graduating today. I had the extreme honour to start this journey with some of you 4 years ago. Hello, students of Diversity Seminar. Hello, students of Shrine, Ritual and Installation. Do you remember the day that Gina Adams came to our studio and asked us, "What do you burn to say?" I'll never forget that. And perhaps this poem is an attempt to answer that question, respond to that invitation in turn. The only other thing I think I should say before beginning is that there is a line from a poem called The Cure of Folly by Alejandra Pizarnik, in translation by Cecilia Rossi. So perhaps you can listen for that. Poem for the Last Day. This is your last day in this house. I'll omit the traditional ritual, a smudge of ash or scarlet powder on your face. I won't burn this curl of cedar or hand you a parcel of unleavened bread stuffed with potatoes and coriander for the long journey ahead. Instead, let's stand here together for the duration of this poem on the virtual threshold of a university founded by loser poets and thieves, as the society might have described them then. This is the last day. Take off your gold bangle and place it in the wooden bowl from Kashmir, the one carved with elephants, before you leave. When I left my home for the United States so long ago, that's what my father said. You won't need it where you're going. Don't draw attention to yourself. I thought he was teaching me modesty. No, he was teaching me the last thing he had to teach me: how to survive in the body I was in, how to move through a world that's not always survivable. What will you leave behind? In the West, we answer that question through excess, a sense of our belongings as detritus. In June, we think of a seminar we hated, dull as cakes, the professor droning on, and burn our notes in one spectacular secular ceremony, one bright flame. But writing this poem for you on a bright spring morning in the home I've returned to after 20 years, I'm wondering if perhaps my father was asking something else, to leave something precious at the door of the place I was leaving, something I loved, a gift for the ones who would live here after me. Poem for the last day. I'm not your father. I'm not your mother. I was your teacher. In that capacity, I have one last request. It's not a test. What is the jewel you might relinquish before the red and yellow door slams shut behind you? What did you learn that is no longer uniquely yours. Assignment: choose a campus: Nalanda, Paramita, Arapaho. Though these names don't belong to us, even as and when they perform our sense of place on appropriated ground. Slip a jewel from your finger, a wrist, or the pocket of your heart, and tuck it under the sycamore outside the Allen Ginsberg Library, or in another spot of your own choosing, a windowsill or shrine. This isn't mine. Assignment: is this the moment you become an ancestor of the place you've already left? Discuss. Example 1. At Naropa, I learned so much about navigating mostly white space with my dignity and courage intact. At Naropa, I learned so much about trusting students to invert the curriculum and make it into art. At Naropa, I learned to say what needed to be said, no matter the cost, in the hours or years to follow. 3 jewels glinting in the mud. Did you find them? It's time to leave the house. Even the Buddha kicked off his frozen slippers, crystalline with tiny pearls, bleeping in the soft hide, exiting barefoot, as the story goes, setting his tiara aside. Because a poem for the last day is a poem for the first day too. You're leaving the house on a day when the world is sick as roses, death after death. Your labor in this context is attendance, the next to and with of loss you didn't ask for. Choose a day from the vast calendar. Today, for example. How will you hold back death? How will you stop death? Did your daily practice prepare you for this? Bones that give off an evil glow. Nothing is true, violent, unjust, crucial, and pure. The day begins like any other day. Poem for the last day. We won't murmur, be careful. We won't shout, don't forget us when you go. We won't ask you to envision a world in which we experience each other as equal. It's too late to remind you who you are or what your gift might be. In the house we shared, each morning we boiled the chai on a makeshift stove, asking, what do you like? What do you prefer? That's over now. Pour the tea into the tall, wet grass. In your last semester, death came fast in the community we share and far beyond it. Death came fast to black bodies, brown bodies, Asian bodies, indigenous bodies, queer bodies, transgender bodies. The bodies of the vulnerable, the ones who couldn't hide what their bodies said without saying it. One day, death came fast to our neighbors and childhood friends. That day, I was on a Zoom with my colleagues in Chiapas, Johannesburg, North Carolina, and Vermont as part of the work I do now across difference, which does not resemble the work I did with you, even as and when I learned so much in your extreme company. That day, I wrote down what I heard as if they were instructions to break a communal curse. Don't cry louder than the bereaved, said Rudo. Listening becomes a political action when the hopes of the other person become part of my life as well, said Maria Estela. An injury to one is an injury to all, said Desmond. Sympathy is not enough. It takes a long time, said Matt, to envision what living looks like. What does it mean to wait, he continued, and to discern an invitation beyond our own desires. Saira looked out a Zoom window in Northern California and paused for a long time before she said, "How do we envision a world in which we experience each other as equal, as fully human?" At that moment, my phone beeped and I looked down. It was Junior, former colleague, beloved friend. He's in town as the sirens pass, heading south. The world as sick as roses, death after death. Dear graduates, poetry has its limits, and so it's time to stop writing at the edge of what a home might be, where the doorway meets the street. May this day bring to an end all the shitty attempts to make ourselves feel better at the expense of others. May this day bring the possibility of becoming who you want to be in the body that you have. But now, it's time to go. Goodbye.
Thank you for joining us from England, Banu.
That's a really good question. Yeah, I think I have to reframe the word gift because I got really wrapped up, like in the beginning of my holistic health journey, personal movement, whatever, with the word gift and thinking like, oh, you have these gifts. I'm like, okay, what are they? My guy was supposed to show me, like, okay, like your gift is blah blah blah, your gift is this, your gift is that. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm automatically thinking like clairvoyance or like clairsentience or like something like that. But actually, like gifts are like being able to say a concrete sentence. A gift is being able to follow directions. A gift is I don't know, like being a good listener. A gift is like showing up and like recognizing how much space you take up.
That's a gift.
Yeah, like a gift is awareness. That is something that I realized that I had.
Hi, Christine Tiramar here, Graduate Academic Advisor. I just want to say congratulations to all graduates of 2021. You persevered through the most challenging times, and I only look for good things coming from you out in the world. Please keep in touch, and congratulations again.
Scholar Lester, this is such a special occasion, and your village of Naropa is here to support you and wish you congratulations on your graduation.
Yes, I just want to tell you how much I love you and cherish you and adore you, and how you have brought so much life to Naropa and to my existence at Naropa. I used to love when we were in person and you would just surprise me and come to my office unexpectedly, and it would make my whole day. And even though I haven't seen you very much virtually, you still make my day just when I think about you.
And I want to say what comes to mind is we haven't had a lot of contact. And when I think of you, I think about courage, and I think about transformation, and I think about impact you had here that probably lots of people don't know about. And I know because of you, I feel better about the world because you're here. Thank you so much.
Lester, when I think of you, I think of the quote by Audre Lorde, "I am deliberate and afraid of nothing." And I am so proud of you. I'm so excited for your journey, and I cannot wait to see what you do in this world, the impact that you continue to have. And I just want to wish you wellness. I wish you the spirit of our ancestors, your ancestors, all those that went before us, all those that are coming after us, 7 generations. And I just invite you to continue to shine. And I look forward to just watching you rumble in the world.
We are so proud of you. Blessings from your Naropa village. Blessings of the ancestors and all things good. And congratulations on your writing fellowship. We love you, Scholar
We
Lester.
love you. Congratulations.
Take good care.
Congratulations. Woohoo.
Congratulations, graduates. If you can get through a degree program at this unusual and difficult time, I wager you can do just about anything.
Next, I would like to present our student performance by Anna Louise Cosley. Anna is graduating with an MA in Clinical Mental Health Counseling, a concentration in Transpersonal Wilderness Therapy. She is performing an original song entitled Mountain Skies. Welcome, Anna Cosley.
Close your eyes now. Go inside now. Let it go now. You have time now. The world is alright, can you see it? In the morning light, in the mountain sky. The world is okay, do you believe it? Give your fears away to the mountain sky. Hear the wind now. Let it in now. See the beauty that is around. Feel the love that is all around. The world is alright, can you see it? In the morning light, in the mountain skies. The world is okay, do you believe it? Give your fears away to the mountain sky.
Thank you for that beautiful performance, Anna. Next, I would like to welcome our esteemed faculty speaker, Dr. Carla Sherrell. Dr. Sherrell is a core assistant professor in the Graduate School of Counseling Psychology and serves as the faculty trustee on the Naropa University Board of Trustees. Welcome, Dr. Sherrell.
Greetings, graduates. Congratulations to each of you, to your families of origin and chosen, and to faculty, staff, and administration, to all who have supported you along the way. It's a pleasure to have a few moments to talk with you during this important ritual that acknowledges what you've accomplished, to where you have arrived, and how you have done that from each of your personal and family and social identity locations over these years. As I have thought of you and thought of this time that I would have with you, my emotions and my body and my thinking have returned over and over again to the concept of liminality, a word that we hear a fair amount at Naropa. While I have studied it and engaged with it in many ways over many years, consciously and unconsciously, deepening into an exploration of liminality has been useful and supportive in the last 3 to 4 years, and even more so for the last 15 months, as we locally and regionally and nationally and globally have entered times so filled with unknowns. These times when we have gotten and continue to get some information about where we've been, and that is a widely varied we, and have experienced lots of uncertainty about what will happen next regarding so many things that deeply impact us as individuals and communities, but that have yet to reveal themselves. We have been sitting and standing and moving in that space for some time now. We might say that we have, since COVID-19, since the pandemic arrived, spent months in liminal space, on a threshold, in a doorway, in a corridor leading from one room to another, not yet having arrived at the next thing or the next phase or state of being. I've often experienced this somatically as a state of palpable transition that is yet somehow very still. My sense of stillness at times, I think, is about fear and has been about disorientation. And at other times, I think I've been experiencing the stillness that can come with contemplation, with pausing and noticing. My actual relationship to liminality, as I thought about this in a conscious way, began many decades ago through connection to the natural world, through interacting with the cycles of the planet, the sun and the moon and the stars. Historian Philip Joseph Deloria's often utilized discussion of liminality tells some aspects of my story of that ongoing connection to moments of engaging with the dynamics of liminality. Maybe you will find some of your own story around liminality as we think about his work as well. Deloria speaks of liminality being like the light at dawn or dusk, the in-betweenness indicative of coming change. He said, the world will either get brighter or will become night, but without any context, it would be hard to discern whether day or night was approaching. A few words about Deloria's passage. Especially of late, one might take this passage in and immediately say, let what is coming be the dawn and not the dusk. At least partially from a place of deeply held assumptions about night as negative and day as positive. Theologian Barbara Brown Taylor wrote a little book about the gifts of the dark being missed without reflection on this widely held narrative. She also addresses the issue in her book of the accompanying embeddedness throughout US society of Black and brown bodies as perceived as dangerous or pathological, and offers encouragement to her readers to notice and carefully examine that polarization when it arises. This is a narrative that is hundreds of years old on this continent that shows up powerfully in the present. It is imperative that we interrogate and recalibrate this relationship to and interpretation of dark and light. Deloria's exploration of liminality is not just a simile for me. It orients me to the importance of glimpses of the liminal in my ongoing spiritual practice, in small gardens and on tiny porches and on too steep rooftops, not that I'm suggesting that others engage in that latter behavior, in a large bustling city with 24 hours a day, heavy traffic, at freezing ocean shorelines, and at mountain waterfalls and gale force winds. And by the way, also on my living room couch. In literature and in conversations with others, narratives of experiences of deep connection to self and to others in this realm, to the planet, to the universe or spirit or purpose often arise. Descriptions of these times of leaning into what seems to be brief encounters with liminality at dusk and dawn. And at these times, I know I've been invited to experience and be in a space that allows me to notice beauty and complexity and power that are beyond my words or my understanding outside of myself, and also to oscillate inward, to notice and be in awe of my breath, my heartbeat, and the support of my ancestors in addressing my worries, my joys, my grief. The impact of these experiences have been far-reaching and sustaining. And as I have thought about the current COVID pandemic that we are facing and the unknowns that have and do accompany it, about the recurring waves of systemic and systematic environmental upheavals resulting from climate change, about mass shootings that include hate crimes against marginalized populations, and violence of the criminal justice system on Black and brown bodies. All of these events and dynamics, the experiences of which are not so surprising because of their consistent and persistent presence. And also, when I think about the unknowns around them, about when they'll show up and what their developmental trajectory might be. As I think of all of this, I have wondered repeatedly of late, what can be brought and leveraged from the brief liminal experiences of waiting for the dawn and the dusk that have been so resourcing and connecting in my life for so long? What can be brought from those experiences to the long-term liminal space that many of us now experience as anxiety and fatigue producing? Surprisingly, my wonderings brought me to the day in, day out, moment to moment contemplation that is about relational tools of living. That as you reflect, you may find that your programs and your courses have supported you in acquiring and honing throughout your time as a student here at Naropa. And that these contemplative relational tools are especially salient to living into the current liminal spaces we're experiencing. I've thought about noticing breath. I've thought about noticing and engaging with intention in sleeping and eating and resting, and learning and teaching and co-creating. I've thought about feeling, from great sadness to great joy, and about moving and sitting and doing justice in sound and in silence as we live in community. Liminality ushers in change, and Deloria says that it can hold unpredictable potential. As I have heard from and about so many of you, I am impressed by the clarity of the explorations and the planning that you've done and continue to do personally and professionally in the midst of the unknowns that abound. This process can position you to not be passive or merely acted upon by what has yet to reveal itself beyond the liminality we are now experiencing, but to actively leverage it to foster growth inside and outside. And this includes doing justice now and in the future, to engage in change toward a more equitable world in collaboration and in community. Nia Escher Robinson tells us some of the specifics of what that collaboration and community can be, guided by the wisdom of the planet. They said, if Mama Nature teaches us nothing else, She teaches us that diversity is absolutely necessary for survival. Now, she doesn't mean some surface diversity, but a system where every single being is doing their part. A homogeneous, gentrified ecosystem would quickly die. If we are committed to organizing sustainable and liberating social movements, they must be diverse, pulling especially from those who are the most impacted and not suppressing their voices. Liminality can be disorienting and disorganizing and fatigue producing, and one may say that it thus can connect us to creativity, to efficacy, and to letting go to make space for co-creating the brilliance of just communities and shared transformation. In these moments, even as you move through the liminal space of this ritual of commencement and beyond it, may you know peace and joy and powerful engagement in the process of transformation that is at the core of the birth of this institution. Again, congratulations. Graduates, I wish you well.
Tell us one of the difficult lessons you're grateful you received.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm letting you get that.
One of the difficult lessons. Truthfully, that all the nice white folks that I've met in my life weren't actually people who I needed to be aligned with. They were actually people who were enacting harm. And I thought, because I'd been raised steep in white culture, that I thought that, like, oh, okay, they're just being nice and they're just paying me all these nice compliments. And in actuality, and thanks to actually my class with Banu in diversity seminar, I got the language to be able to name what microaggressions like actually look like. I got the language to actually understand that these, oh, you're such a polished speaker, oh, you're so nice, you're so well spoken, like learning that all these things that I thought that just like nice white folks were just like saying to me, even though like it didn't always feel right, but they were being nice to my face, wasn't actually places of safety. And that was a really difficult thing to recognize. And so it was like my eyes were finally open and I understood, you know, how to actually navigate these kinds of social interactions. But because of that, I found my power and I found like my ability to actually say what I need to say and that I'm allowed to say what I need to say. So it was a bittersweet, but also very eye-opening and recognizing what situations in my past that I actually need to spend time healing and not thinking that like, oh, no, boo, you're okay. And in actuality, no, we need to heal those parts of me that have been harmed and infected.
Now I welcome Kiva Holman, who is graduating with a Master of Arts in Religious Studies, concentration in contemplative religions. Congratulations, Kiva, and welcome.
Wow. Naropa University, class of 2021. Just trip off how crazy that sounds for a minute. Advanced, dystopian, apocalyptic. The fact is that we are living in the future. Many predictions have been made about this future by everyone from economists, climate scientists, and think tanks, to philosophers, poets, and even prophets. Well, here we are. You and me and all the everybody of sentient beings who are desperately counting on some form of sanity to prevail on a deeply troubled and imperiled planet. So before I say another word, I want to enthusiastically offer you a 21-ton salute for having made it this far in the first place. That was never a fait accompli, and if you're anything like me, you've probably had many moments where it looked like you actually might not pull it off. Unlike Ivy League institutions, which prepare people for material and technological success, Our contemplative education at this crazily wise Buddhist-influenced institution has provoked us to look deeply into the very essence of who we are as spirit beings having a human experience. We have faced Babylonian towers worth of maladies like structural racism, the patriarchy, heteronormativity, and the like, beset, if not bombarded, by notions like planned obsolescence, systems theory, and intersectionality. Really? Yes, really. We have been forced to reckon not with statistics and algorithms, but with the very psycho-spiritual origins of human dysfunction. How many times have you cringed just anticipating the next discussion post, the vulnerability exposing homework assignment, or the next warrior exam? Time and again, we have faced down the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, the arrows of Mara's demons assaulting Buddha underneath the Bodhi tree. And the invitation, the provocation, was to not freak out like so many in this chaotic moment, but to respond with deep presence, compassion, and skillful means. And don't forget for a minute the broader social conditions you did so in. The COVID pandemic or plandemic, the Great Reset, Black Lives Matter and white nationalist unrest, Trumpism, political skullduggery, a full frontal attack on democracy at the Capitol, and now mass shootings and bomb threats. It was nearly 60 degrees on Christmas Day and nearly 80 degrees in early April. As I write this text, my visual field, in fact, is diminishing with stress and anxiety, and I'm reminded of why it took me so long to deal with this address in the first place. And I'll tell you exactly what I did. I lit a stick of incense, got up, took some deep breaths, did a little stretching, made a cup of tea, and came back to the computer. I'm confident that at least some of you out there can relate. We can do this. We have to. The causes and conditions of our lives have led us to an education that has prepared us to be spiritual first responders. And as we steel ourselves to the mission ahead, let us also pause to acknowledge and celebrate the positive trends that we see arising in our time. States across America are beginning to lift the restrictions and impositions made on our lives as a result of COVID. Some of the side effects of the pandemic have been deer spotted in Central Park in New York City, mountain lions in downtown Boulder, shrinkage of the hole in the ozone layer, and the stunning ability of New Delhi residents to see the Himalayan mountains for the first time in recent memory. And as I write these words, the state of Minnesota has delivered a guilty on all counts verdict for the murderer of George Floyd, Officer Derek Chauvin. As long as the arc of history has been bending, it is bending toward justice. Now is not the time for trepidation and cowering, but boldness and vision. I have said from time to time that the advantage a Naropa education affords us over an Ivy League one is that an MBA, lawyer, or tech specialist is not trained to deal with the moment where you step out of your house and the entire neighborhood is upside down. We live in extraordinary times, the best and the worst, if there ever were such times. And our familiarity with shunyata, or emptiness, means that we can even challenge the notion of time itself. As I said in a song I recorded many years ago, it's only Maya, illusion, samsara. And so, with that said, let us boldly go where no one has gone before, into the wild blue yonder of tomorrow, apocalypse, age of Aquarius, or more than likely, both. May we be ever mindful of the things that we discovered here that not only bring us joy, but are in fact technologies for self-realization and transcendence. Let us stay vigilant about our yoga, tai chi, aikido, and ikebana practices. If you're a musician, keep playing. Music, art, photography, whatever you do that gives your soul nourishment, guard it like a precious jewel. Let us also keep in our hearts and minds the many wonderful instructors, staff, and administration of Naropa who kept us on our journey, on our path, straight and narrow or sprawling and messy. Please keep yourself sane and functional. The world needs you desperately. The three trends to be reckoned with going forward into this great reset, the way I see it, will be natural consequences, ripening karma, and boundary dissolution. It was perhaps not given to you to finish the task, and yet you may not give it up. And the times are so crazy that you just might finish it. Essentially, we have our marching orders from Siddhartha Gautama himself and from the holders of the Kagyu lineage responsible for Naropa through Trungpa Rinpoche and beyond. Good luck, Godspeed, may all beings be happy, and may the world know healing, peace, joy, prosperity, and positive transformation. Ashe.
Thank you, Kiva. Up next, we will hear from Rhianna Costiloe, who is graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Yoga Studies. Congratulations, Rhianna, and welcome.
Hello, beautiful people. We're here. We did it. I first want to pay homage to the resilience it's taken for you to graduate here today. 3 semesters before graduation, the COVID-19 pandemic really altered everything in our reality. Yet we persevered. So I'm thankful to be sharing this screen with you today because we really made this happen. Hello to all in the community who I haven't formally met yet. This includes you, loved ones. I'm glad you're here. So now what? This question comes up a lot. People that come to Naropa University often try to find themselves here, or they try to learn about what their capital S selves are here to do to benefit the world. These questions are actually quite profound. They create an opportunity for pause, for the earth to heal, and opportunities for our communities to change. I wanted to share a few things that I'll be taking away from my own journey, things that I hope to continue to integrate into my life, things I hope will resonate with you. Naropa values a contemplative approach to education, but contemplative education doesn't have to stop once we become alumnex. Learning and studying contemplatively has given us the tools to live contemplatively. So, what does contemplative living look like? How do I commit to keep coming back to beginner's mind over and over? These are the things I ponder. Inclusion of differences is the only way I wish to live, and through empathy, we can have true compassion that is necessary for us to live in a world full of difference. So, my fellow community members, if I can ask you anything, I ask you to witness fear with compassion. Your fear has wisdom, so acknowledge that wisdom and use that wisdom so you can turn it toward your power. You are a critical component of this existence. And I can't say this enough. Play. This term unadulterated came up for me recently. And maybe that's an aspect of contemplative living. Learning how to unadult. So follow your path of joy. Embrace and explore embodiment. And do things and be with people that support your joy and your peace. We've now transitioned into graduatehood, a wonderful threshold space that we don't have to rush out of right away. Maybe we can rest here for a bit. Because right here, with this diploma, we have earned something that very few people have access to. So go forth with gratitude and confidence in this accomplishment, and for the things that have fallen into place that have been within and without of your control to get you here. Congratulations! You are a person with a diploma. But don't let that stop you.
Share a moment you cherish. I feel like I really cherish Queer Prom of 2019. I just feel like that's, it was like all my people and everybody put in so much hard work. And then the end result was just like so much fun and dancing and singing and celebration of each other and of love, and of the hard work that we put in to celebrate the queer lives that live at Naropa.
You'll miss it somehow, because I was sort of desperate to get away from Naropa when I graduated, because it's such an intense environment for growth, and it feels a little like you're shedding your skin every week or day or moment, and somehow nothing else will compare.
More people are learning how to come from their heart when it comes to their career choices and make an impact in the world, which is what's needed, is to value connection, time, and authenticity.
My experience at Naropa: enlightening, impactful, unprecedented.
We had no doubts you'd make it.
Congratulations. You're going to go very far, and we always knew this. I'm very proud of you. That's all I can say. That's all I can say.
Keep going. Congrats, Mija.
On this special day, we celebrate you, Kira Barnard. Your determination and sense of direction are inspiring.
There's a sense of bravery and adventure in taking the road less traveled, and my dear, you have always ventured on the footpaths through the woods. You've done it with intention and authenticity and an internal compass pointed in the direction of your dreams.
We're so proud of you, Kira. And so happy that you're graduating today.
May you always be solid in your commitment to yourself, inspired to drive change, committed to serving others, and know to your core how loved you are every step of the way. Congratulations.
We love you, Kira.
Stephen, I just want to let you know how
proud we are of you.
Of you on this great occasion. You put in a lot of work and it shows. We're very proud.
I'm really happy for you, Stephen. I know you're going to be a great therapist. You're
yes,
a great guy.
Stephen, I'm really proud of you.
Love you. Congratulations.
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 To all the Naropa graduates, including Wendy Tass, thank you for going out into the world and emanating compassion for all sentient beings, including guinea pigs.
Congratulations, everyone!
Thank you to our graduating student speakers. Next, I would like to present our next student performer, Sedona Lynn Allen. Sedona is graduating with a BA in Environmental Studies and is performing an original dance and spoken word piece performance. Welcome, Sedona.
Here at Naropa, we find ourselves at the intersection of the embodiment of healers and warriors. When East meets West, sparks fly and the possibilities are endless. Like the beautiful sun-kissed horizon, our ambitions and passions stretch far beyond borders. We are not here to simply take orders. We are young leaders, innovative and inspired, graduating from Naropa, getting paid and hired. We are reimagining structures of power. With the strength of our ancestors, this is our hour. Resist, inform, step up, empower. Healing 7 generations back and 7 forward. We look to the sky and see ourselves in the stars. Free all of our people unjustly behind bars. Trauma-informed care to embrace our scars. In 8th grade, I was expelled, thrust into the school to prison pipeline, forced to swim upstream. Now I'm achieving all of my dreams, never giving up and staying true to myself, helping uplift community health and generational wealth. Breaking negative cycles and rewiring the brain. Given the chance, we can truly cultivate change. Entering into the cycle of liberation, no more indoctrination. Our lives are more than data, not a linear equation. My journey at Naropa has truly been amazing. Now enter into your beginner's mind. Allow the child within to come out and play. Whether it is a sunny or snowy day, we can ground in gratitude and celebrate. For even a wounded world is feeding us. Even a wounded world holds us and gives us moments of wonder and joy. Abiding in your natural state, enjoy this play. Like a plant photosynthesizing, standing silent in the sun, doing the work of the world. We turn our anger into passion, our adversity into action, healing the wounds from extraction, ecological restoration, self-meditation, collective elevation. Together we shall rise like the waves that turn into tsunamis. We are the anomalies. To see through the illusions, we must go deep within ourselves. Start to dance with the rhythm of the soul. Play striptease with life as we undress the ego, exposing our naked true selves. Embodied beings liberated from all bondage. Breaking the cycle of samsara, connecting with our roots and branches, extending towards the cosmos. From geology to deep ecology to 5-element psychology. Somatic intelligence, food justice, experiential anatomy. Hindu tantra, permaculture, and making conscious media. Survival skills, Sanskrit, sustainability. Law, human rights, social change, and environmental economics. Nature, the sacred, and contemplation, yoga, history, philosophy, and meditation. This has truly been a pilgrimage for the soul. Thanks to Naropa, I finally feel whole. Naropa, class of 2021, we are ready for these next steps in our journey. No matter where we go, we will always be learning. The community and connections we've built are magic. We have endured pain, beauty, change, and events that have been tragic. Yet still, the Drala is in the heart of Naropa and each one of you. Even with everything we have been through, here we are and we shall be here now, making ourselves and our loved ones proud.
And now the moment we have all been waiting for, the announcement of our graduating students. Congrats, you finally made it. Our graduate student names will be read by Dr. Amelia Hall,
with a degree in Master of Arts, Clinical Mental Health Counseling, concentration in Contemplative Psychotherapy and Buddhist Psychology. Nicholas Adams. Laura Catherine Bailey. Dara Andrea Basilovich. Elizabeth Bruce. Laleni Bruff. Electra Byers. Aspen Virginia Delutri. Rebecca Diaz. Steve Forstner. Nicole Fortunato. Kaylee Graham. Teresa Gregerson. Evie Marie Francis O'Connor. Michael Peterson. Christy Piker. Audriana Kenna Sage. Stephen Schlader. Nava Trudy Silverstein. Cole Williams Talbot. Rex Tse. Jonathan Marcus Veit. Zarach Vider. With a degree in Master of Arts, Clinical Mental Health Counseling, concentration in Somatic Counseling, Body Psychotherapy. Casey Rose Capron. Jason Cardoso. Alexander Dodrell. Rebecca Holohan. Monica King. Kathleen Margaret Shea. With a degree in Master of Arts, Clinical Mental Health Counseling, concentration in Somatic Counseling, Dance and/or Movement Therapy. Elise Alvarez. Hannah Alexander Holcomb. With a degree in Master of Arts, Clinical Mental Health Counseling, concentration in Transpersonal Counseling, Psychology, Mindfulness-Based Transpersonal Counseling. Samantha Ardoyan. William Adam Arnold. Elizabeth Bailey. Taylor Baird. Alison Elizabeth Bajha. Michelle Starr Beach. Francesca Bernardi. Olivia Blair Bryant. Sarah Carpenter. Lucas Carvelio. Alison Dearborn. Nina Patrice Giglio. Christine Homan. Hannah Rose Horowitz. Lacey T. Joseph. Joanna Augusta Lester. Ingvild Mickelborg. Leah Elisaria Otero. Diana Nicole Senzig. Kayla Sheldon. Courtney Small. Joey Stoops. Tani Swanton. Sarvin Taba Tabai. Lisa Tafoya. Alex Riley Taylor. Jeannie Weintraub. Leslie Wentworth. Alexandra Margaret Grace Whiteley. Nicole Hope Exenas. With a degree in Master of Arts, Clinical Mental Health Counseling, concentration in Transpersonal Counseling, Psychology, Transpersonal Art Therapy. Emily Francis Black. Brian Patrick Coulinan. Chloe K. Jacobson. Ambrosia Owen. Christine Thorpe. Haley Abigail Heron Wilkins. With a degree in Master of Arts, Clinical Mental Health Counseling, concentration in Transpersonal counseling psychology, transpersonal wilderness therapy. Jessica Bailey, Anna Louise Causley, Misty Ariella Hubbard, Victoria Markovitz, Brooke Elizabeth Schaefer, Ryan Michael Wellborn, Haley Lucille Wiedemann, with a degree in Master of Arts, Eco-Psychology, Jennifer Boyd, Ali Jarula, Karen Olson, James Reich, Summers Taylor, Annie Rose Whale Swan, with a degree in Master of Arts, Religious Studies, concentration in contemplative religions, Kiva Deshawn Holman, with a degree in Master of Arts, Resilient Leadership, Climate Justice track, Rachel A. Klusowitz, with a degree in Master of Arts, Resilient Leadership, Sustainable Systems track, Benyu Amunroa, Gemma Carson Quarry, Colleen Wimmer, with a degree in Master of Divinity, Wendy C. Cass, Laura May Pavichevich Johnston, with a degree in Master of Fine Arts, Creative Writing, Amanda A. McCartney, Angela Prosser, with a degree in Master of Fine Arts, Creative Writing and Poetics, Katerina Shiloh Ivanova, Aubrey Gates King, Lester Eugene Myers, Josie Noah Meets, Ryan Onders, William Schultz, Emily Trenholm.
And our undergraduate student names will be read by Dr. Cynthia Drake.
Graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Contemplative Art Therapy, Brandon Samuel Engel, B. Sitkin, Shelley Hope Willem. Graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Contemplative Psychology with concentrations in contemplative neuroscience and transpersonal and humanistic psychology, Cameron Joshua Goldberg. Graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Contemplative Psychology with a concentration in Psychology of Health and Healing, Emma Suzanne Borden Heilman. Althea Summer Sky Evans. Amber Louise Hansen. Alyssa Turner. Graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Contemplative Psychology with a concentration in Somatic Psychology, Andrew Joseph Beer. Amanda Joy Nicole Schultz. Graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Contemplative Psychology with concentrations in Somatic Psychology and Transpersonal and Humanistic Psychology, Chloe Elsass. Maxine Scher. Graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Contemplative Psychology with a concentration in Transpersonal and Humanistic Psychology, Elena Grippas. Catherine Nani Caifiori. Sarah Parto. Graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Contemplative Psychology and Yoga Studies with a concentration in Somatic Psychology and Health and Healing, Isla Sahar Cook. Graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Creative Writing and Literature, Kiara Leslie. Shreya Shrestha. Graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Early Childhood Education, Rachel Skye Boyle. Graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Elementary Education, Avi Chertok. Sarah Jane Martelli. Graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Environmental Studies, Sedona Lynn Allen Moreno. Kira Barnard. Graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Interdisciplinary Studies, Anna Dorothy Guterman. Christina Lucine Kaplan. Catherine Killeen. Malena Ordnung. Trey Kolya Kaysen Williams. Graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Music, Jacob Daniel Lennox. Graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Religious Studies, Bear De Leon. Graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Traditional Eastern Arts with a concentration in Yoga Teacher Training, Bryn E. Siegel. Graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Yoga Studies, Brenna Colleen D. Graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Yoga Studies, Kate Blazell. Cecilia D. Castell. Rhianna Denny Costiloe. Laura Gabrielle Minster Yates. Hunter Benjamin Sondine. Margaret Lyons Watkins.
Wow, graduates, you finally did it. Congratulations on all of your hard work.
Your thesis was resiliency. No matter what the words are contained in that document, they all spell pride. You are holding hands with the mentors before you, and now with the other hand you reach in beautiful friendship to the world. May you walk assuredly into both the conflict and connection that awaits you. May you always remember, your homework is to love. Congrats.
Congratulations, Ariella. I am so beyond proud of you. Congrats on all your hard work. You are an ambitious, amazing woman, and I love you.
Hey, Emma, congratulations on graduating from Naropa.
Great job, Emma. We love you.
We love you, honey.
Congratulations, Amanda McCartney. We are very happy for you and proud of you for achieving your goals. Your dad and I wish we could be there with you for this celebration. We love you and hope you remember to be kind to yourself.
Congratulations, Anna. We are so proud of you.
Yeah, Anna! Congratulations! You're the best! You're cool!
You're fun! You're musical!
You're compassionate!
Yay, Anna! We love you!
All right.
Congratulations!
Congratulations, Manu!
Good job, Manu!
Yay! Good job.
Went all the way. She got her master's degree.
Yeah!
Way to go! Congratulations! You did it! Woo!
Hey, soon to be Naropa grads. I'm very hopeful for our future.
Hi, Brenna. Congratulations on graduating college. We're so proud of you.
Congratulations, sweetheart. So very proud of you and so excited for your bright future ahead. Whatever you do, you're gonna do it. Love you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Hi, Ariella. I want to wish you a big congrats on your graduation. I'm so happy to have the opportunity to say congratulations and to tell you what an amazing person I think you are.
Here's to you, Emma. You've worked so hard and so well to earn this degree. I see how you can do anything you put your mind to. I'm so proud of you and look forward to your brilliant future.
Next, I would like to introduce our final student performance by Banu Amun-Ra. Banu is graduating with an MA in Resilient Leadership in the Sustainable Systems track, and will read an original poem entitled Journey Poem. Welcome, Banu.
This is Journey. Journey. A journey does not begin with a step. It begins as a dream inside the mind, a seed that grows with hope and nurtured over time, and space to evolve with grace, and in its place, determination to manifest, take shape from ether to be its best, to test your horizons so you can rise and be the greatest person that you can be. Because you see, you have to believe. Before the journey can begin to take you to the end. For when you get there, that's when you can look back and turn your head to know what brought you so far ahead. Because you knew in your heart what it took to be a part of what your mind could only start without the courage to imagine something better for your cause. Now begins the work of moving forward in more than thought, of taking action, not a fraction too late. Do not haste nor hesitate. The first step is made with powerful intention. Did I mention? You need direction for all that imagination. Hear me now as you place that foot down. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your head up. For you are the light in the darkness. Let your light shine, for you are forever embedded in time. Brighter than the sun, your journey has just begun. Pioneer, trailblazer, originator, leader, architect, creator, torchbearer, entrepreneur, innovator. Which will you be as you set your mind free?
This has been a beautiful ceremony. Thank you so much for being a part of it. In a moment, we will close in our traditional Naropa way with a gong and bow. It has been my pleasure to be your MC today, and I wish I could have seen all of your smiling faces today in person. You will be missed. Please stay tuned at the end for a few more congratulatory videos. Bye.
Happy graduation, Ben. Schaefer family is really proud of you. Can't wait to see what you do next.
Congratulations, Ben. We're so proud of you.
Hi, Ben.
Ali and I want to say congratulations.
Hey, Ben. Namaste. Congratulations, honey. I love you.
Hey, Ben, congratulations on your graduation, brother.
Congrats, Ben. We're so proud of you.
Yes, sir. Good job, bud. Look forward to seeing you again.
Hey, Ben. Congratulations.
Congratulations on a job well done, Ben. Love, Mom.
I love you, Ben. Congratulations.
Congratulations, you wonderful graduates. Be ye wrathful protectors of brilliant sanity.
Congratulations. I am so excited for your next journeys, sending you so much love and rest.
Congratulations, wonderful graduates. Appreciating your beautiful, brilliant, sparkly minds and hearts.
Congratulations, everyone. You made it. May you retain some childlike wisdom.
You did it, everybody. You're done. May your paths always be clear and that you always come back to your heart and remember my tree.
Congratulations, graduates. May you sing the praises of your own brilliant sanity and everybody else's, and leave here knowing that you're carrying brilliant sanity everywhere.
Congratulations, Joanna, from me and this gigantic statue of Teddy Roosevelt.
Hey, Joanna, congratulations. You made it. Woohoo!
Congrats on a job well done. Well deserved. Keep going.
Yay. Can't stop, won't stop. Love you. Bye.
Hi, Joanna. It's Dad. I'm ecstatic about this day and your graduation. Wow. So proud of you. Life at its best is about love, celebration, and the joy of self-expression. You have all three of those things going for you now. You really did it, and you did it very well. You are on a new path, and I know that you will make a huge difference in the world. You have a bright and promising future before you now. You are truly unstoppable. Love you.
Hi, Lucas. I'm so proud of you, and I hope you find all the happiness in your life.
Congratulations, my dear.
Congratulations, brother. My dear son Lucas, I'm very proud of you finishing your course. I know that you are going to provide a very good care for others. Congratulations, my son.
Hi, Naropa grads. I'm Noah Christie. I graduated from the Kerouac School a few years ago. I wanted to say congratulations on finishing your degrees. Amori fati. Just learn to love your fate and keep going and take care of yourselves and keep at it. So, blessed be and good luck.
Congratulations, Katie. We're proud of you.
Congratulations, Katie. Your perseverance paid off.
You're awesome.
Love you.
Hi, Katie. Good job and good luck.
Congratulations, Katie. Keep following your dreams. I knew you could do it.
Kate, my beautiful daughter, congratulations. I am so proud of you. You have worked so hard for this, and you're an amazing woman. Many blessings are coming. Love you, honey.
Congratulations, Mom. I love you.